We were trying to look at it more broadly than just The Economist. Clearly, it's important and interesting for us, but we wanted to try and understand more broadly how this particular generation look at and participate in media, and whether they do draw these distinctions between new media companies that have been positioned as being the kind of voice of that generation, Vice and people like that, and traditional media. And what we actually found was that this generation, and in particular a sub-segment of them, which we've called the generators, which is an extremely influential group within millennials as a whole. It makes up about 1 in 3 of every millennial falls into this categorization of generators. And what we found about those are they are some of the most sophisticated media consumers the world has ever seen. And actually, they're as willing and active to use traditional media as they are new media, and they don't really see that distinction. They are passionate consumers of media in all its forms, and some of the most trusted media brands, based on our research, that they engage with are what the world traditionally thinks as being old media, like The Economist, like the BBC, like the New York Times. When it comes to content, they are interested in all different kinds of content and all different types of topics. They consume more media than any other generation that's gone before, so that's good news. And the way they consume it is more varied, so both in terms of the topics they consume and in terms of the way they consume it, whether it's text, whether it's video, whether it's moving image or picture-based. So it's an extremely dynamic generation when it comes to media, and I think the good news, whether you're an old media company or a new media company, is there are more opportunities to engage with this audience than ever before. Yeah, I think one can always do more. I think we've moved forward quite a long way from where we were, both as an industry as a whole and certainly from an economist perspective, thinking about our own use of data. I think we still have some way to go, if I'm absolutely honest. And I think it's less about the collection of it, and it's more about the analysis of it. It's more about asking the right questions and then drawing the right conclusions off that analysis. I think people have got so caught up in this idea of big data that they want to measure and collect everything, but actually that is of little use unless you are using it.